Hi guys, I'm Zian Paul B1 and for today's video I will do my performance task in General Biology 2. Can you help me do it? Just give me a thumb. For today's video, our topic is animals and plants regulation of the body fluids. Let's go! Plant. A plant is a living thing that grows in the earth and has a stem, leaves, and roots. Higher plants utilize the stomata on the other side of passes on to control water misfortune. Plant cells depend on vacuoles to manage cytoplasm osmolarity. There are four kinds of plants. These are mesophytes, xerophytes, hydrophytes, and halophytes. Mesophytes, which of the class that lives in hydrated soil like trees, and xerophytes, the plants that can survive in dry places such as desert. Hydrophytes, which are plants is in aquatic habitat, they may be floating, submerged, or emerge, or it grows in seasonal wetlands. Halophytes are plants in living in soil with high soil concentration and such salt masses or alkaline salt. Animals. Animals is a living organism that feeds on organic matter, typically having specialized sense organs and nervous system unable to respond rapidly to stimuli. Creatures use an respiratory framework control how much water that is lost to climate and keep up with osmotic tension. Protein digestion likewise produces squander particles which could disturb osmotic tension. The organs that are answerable for osmoregulation rely upon the species. There are basic types of animals and characteristics. Animals with a backbone are vertebrates. Vertebrates belong to the phylum called Phylum Chordata. Vertebrates are further broken down into 5 classes: amphibians, bird, fish, mammals, and reptiles. And most invertebrates are in phylum Arthropoda. Uh, all about amphibians. All amphibians are vertebrates and they need moist environment or water to survive. They are cold-blooded. They absorb water and breathe through their thin skin, and they have at least one special skin gland used for defense. Most follow the life cycle of egg larva adult. Example of amphibians is frog, newts, salamander. Uh, and all about birds. Birds are a type of warm-blooded vertebrates that are adapted to fly. Not all birds can fly, but they do all have wings. Birds have beaks that help them catch and swallow food. The digestive system of a bird allows it to eat whenever it can and digest the food later. Birds lay eggs to reproduce. They are endothermic, meaning they maintain their own constant body temperature. They are bipedal, which means they have 2 legs and they have hollow bones and their bodies are covered in feathers. Birds belong to the class called aves. Example of birds is chicken, pigeon owls, dove, or ostrich. And all about fish. Fish are also vertebrates and they are considered the oldest known vertebrates. They are ectothermic or cold-blooded, which means they rely on their surroundings to regulate their body temperature. Fish have fins. Most but not all. Fish have bodies covered in scales and breathe through gills. Fish live underwater. Example of fish: sharks, salmon, seahorses, or betta fish. And all about mammals, mammals are another type of vertebrates that belong to the class Mammalia. Young mammals get nourishment from milk produced by their mothers. Most mammals have hair. Their jaw is hinged directly to their skull, unlike all other vertebrates. Almost all mammals give birth to live babies, and they are endothermic or warm-blooded. Example uh, what of mammals is rabbits, elephants, hamster, and also humans. And all about reptiles. Reptiles are uh, thought to be the first vertebrates to live completely on land, but but not uh, but not all reptiles live only on land today. Uh, they are cold-blooded or ectothermic. They lay eggs to reproduce. They have four legs or are descended from animals with four legs. They breathe through lungs. Their bodies are covered in scale or scutes. Example of reptiles is crocodile, lizard, snakes, or tortoise. Approximately 95% of all animals are invertebrates. Invertebrates do not have a backbone. There are different types of invertebrates, but they all share a few characteristics. They are made up of many cells that work together or are multicellular. Most, but not all, have tissues, cells that work together in a more complex way. Most, but not all, can move. There are over 35 phyla of invertebrates. They generally have soft bodies. Example of invertebrates is snails, earthworms, crabs. Most of them is insects. Osmoregulation is the active regulation of the osmotic pressure of an organism body fluids, detected by osmoreceptors to maintain the homeostasis of an organism's water content. That is, it maintains the fluid balance and concentration of electrolytes. How osmoregulation works? Assimilation is the development of dissolvable atoms through a subpermeable layer into an area that has a higher solute fixation. Osmotic tension is the outer strain expected to keep the dissolvable from crossing the layer. Osmotic tension relies upon the grouping of solute particles. In a living being, the dissolvable is water and the solute particles are predominantly disintegrated salts and different particles. Since bigger atoms, proteins and polysaccharides, and nonpolar or hydrophobic particles broke down gases, lipids, don't across a subpermeable layer. To keep up with the water and electrolyte balance, creatures discharge abundant water, solute atoms, and squanders. These are two strategies used for osmoregulations. These are conforming and regulating. Osmoconformers or conforming utilize dynamic or uninvolved cycles to match their inside osmolarity to that of the climate. This is generally found in marine spineless creatures, which have similar inward osmotic strain inside their cells as the external water, despite the fact that the substance structure of the solutes might be unique. Osmoregulators or regulating Control inner osmotic tension so that conditions are kept up with inside a firmly directed range. Numerous creatures are osmoregulators, including vertebrates, like people. And that's all. I am GM41, and for today, and that's all for today's video. And hope you gave me a thumb.